Here we are, the happy time of day. Got the quilt finished up here on presentation wall. Get to see the entirety of the quilt. If you check the other videos that go along with this, you can see them from hitting the arrow down below that I have talked quite a bit about various things in relationship to this quilt. Let me go over it super quickly again. This is for Maxine's grandson who loves to play the guitar. I think he's in a band and plays some other instruments as well. Maxine doesn't do a lot of quilting, but our good friend, Maxine and I both have a good friend, Linda. Linda makes a lot of quilts, and so Maxine said, this is what I would like. Linda found that fabric. Maxine told her some of the colors that my grandson likes is red and blue. They found the fabric. Linda put it together. Pinwheels is one of Linda's signature items that she likes to put on her quilts. That design, that guitar, what do you think? Fabulous, right? I love it so much. Great fabric right there. Another signature item that Linda tends to put on is cornerstones. Very nicely done. She also has amazingly straight borders on her quilts. I love how she has both the blue and the red, both being a little different size, and then coming into that cornerstone with that cornerstone kind of breaking it up. Nicely done. You know, when you do your borders, you want a nice straight border. How are you going to achieve that? You're going to measure like 3 times in the center area of the quilt. You're going to add those up, divide by 3. You're going to cut the border to that length first. You're going to pin it on each end in the middle, and you're going to stitch with the quilt side down on the feed dogs. That's going to help to feed through the heavier part, which is the quilt, and you're going to have the border side up. So that'll help you get that quilt, that border on without the waviness. Most of my quilts come in with nice straight borders, but I get a handful with wavies, and I just did another one today with a wavy border. So that means that they just started stitching. They have a big old piece of fabric. They just start stitching along, and when they get to the end, they cut it off. That's not going to work for you, my friends. Your feed dogs are not going to feed through evenly, and that's going to give you a wavy border. Nobody wants to have a wavy border. Something else that Linda does well is to attach her sashings and her borders at the diagonal. I've said it so many times, unless you have a border fabric that is extremely linear, very geometric, putting it on the diagonal will help your eye to move much more smoothly past it. She brought over a minky blanket. She cut off the edges where they were hemmed, and that is the backing that we're using right here on this fabulous quilt. Because of the minky blanket, it's a little bit heavy. It's already soft, it's already cuddly, so we're actually using literally a piece of flannel as the inner part of the quilt, you know, the batting. We're actually using a piece of flannel, so that is something you could consider. What do you have going? Let's toss something up here. Let's have a conversation. Love to help you with a quilt over at the Quilting